And I'm Josephine. I'm Phoebe's audiologist. I've been seeing her since she was a baby.
How hard is it to get hearing aids for babies?
It has its challenges. One of the things is that you have to take a good ear mould so that it's comfortable and it fits well and it doesn't whistle. You probably remember us making models of your ears using...
Yeah, it was really fun to play with that.
Yeah, it is fun. And also one needs to know exactly what the hearing levels are, and that can be challenging because particularly in your case where one ear hears more than the other, we have to keep the good ear busy where we test the hearing on the other. And I've got some lovely video of you at 9 months having the testing done. And the noise was going into your good ear, and every so often you would just take it out because, after all, why are you putting a noise in my good ear? I can't hear you. We always want to know that we're making it easier to hear in real life, rather than just in the clinic. And people get a bit worried about knowing, well, is this being helpful? Are we doing any harm? And so we want to know that loud sounds aren't uncomfortably loud for the person wearing the hearing aid, for example. But you were always very good at giving us clues that the hearing aid was helpful, like taking it out when the battery was dead, when you were just over a year. That was a very useful thing. And also you were very good at doing some of the speech tests that we would usually do with slightly older children.
Yeah.
And you would hear the word and press the picture on the screen with your hearing aid on, so that was useful. One of the things which was difficult was with the hearing aid on, I noticed, and your mum noticed, that you sometimes startled when there were loud sounds. And that made us worry. Maybe the hearing aid is a bit loud for Phoebe. And then your mum, Alex, explained, no, she startles even when she doesn't have the hearing aid in. And that was interesting because it made us look a little bit further on why that would happen. And it turns out that the clever people who do research with animals and hearing loss know that if you don't hear well on one side, the other ear sort of develops slightly super hearing. And that can make things uncomfortably loud.
Yeah.
So that was an important thing for us to learn, that the good ear isn't exactly the same as a normal hearing ear, and the poor ear can be helped.
How often did I have to come and see you?
Well, we would meet up about every 3 months, particularly if it was winter, because all children sometimes get something called glue ear, which is when you get a cold, you also get congestion not just in your nose, but behind the eardrums in the ear. And that makes the hearing less good. So particularly if a child's having lots of colds, which everybody does sometimes, we have to adjust the hearing aid exactly so that it's right for your hearing at that time. And then when the cold goes and the congestion goes, then we need to adjust it back as it was. So it takes quite a bit of rechecking, certainly every 6 months, and then with colds and things, every 3 months probably, or if you noticed that things were less clear for you, then we'd see you again then.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment.